Alright, so we are back. Well, not really back, but we have Bear's Den featuring Dermot Kennedy above the clouds of Pompeii, I think. Pompeii, I think. I don't fucking know. But obviously, I don't know who Bear's Den is, and Dermot Kennedy, I love. Don't listen to a lot, but yeah, he hasn't released that song in a while, so like hopefully we get that song by him soon. I'm pretty sure he's on tour, but yeah, I don't know what to expect, but we're just gonna get right into this, and yeah, let's go. I also have the lyrics on the side too, so yeah, 3, 2, 1, let's go. But it's weird because it only says Bear's Den lyrics. It said nowhere featuring Dermot Kennedy. So it's like Dermot Kennedy actually gonna like sing on this track, or is it gonna be like a Taylor Swift and Post Malone situation? I always hate on that song. It's a cool song. Let's go.
Built our home out on the slopes, Pompeii beneath she lay above. How she haunted our home, how she haunted our home. You were a god in my eyes, above the clouds, above the skies. You were a god in my eyes, you were a god.
Now obviously this first verse is Dermot Kennedy. We build a home out on the slopes, Pompeii beneath she lay above, how she haunted the home. You were God in my eyes, above the clouds, above the skies. You were God in my eyes.
Built our home out on the slopes, Pompeii beneath she lay above. How she haunted our home, how she haunted our home. You were a god in my eyes, above the clouds, above the skies. You were a god in my eyes, you were a god. Took me walking through the town, showed me the statues underground. Said just don't they look at peace? Sometimes I wish that was me. I was the son you always had, tugging at your coat while you were sad. I was the son you always had, I was the son you always had.
And then these little like country type of strings come in, but is this about like a family member death or something? It's starting to seem that way because the first lyrics, we build a home out on the slopes, Pompeii beneath she lay above, how she haunted the house, because obviously our house is haunted by this ghost, and obviously if your ghost is dead, so like that makes me think of
you were a god in my eyes, above the clouds, above the skies. You were a god in my eyes, you were a god.
You were God in my eyes, above the clouds, above the heaven. You know, that could kind of be taken both ways for me. You know, you were God in my eyes. You were gorgeous. You were powerful. You were the one to my heart. You were the key to my heart. Maybe it could be taken in like you were a God in my eyes. You were a loved one. I loved you so much, but now you're just a god in the sky. You're up in heaven now.
The skies, you were a god in my eyes. You were a god. Took me walking through the town, showed me the statues underground. Said just don't they look at peace? Sometimes I wish that was me.
You took me walking through the town, showed me the statues underground, said just don't they look at peace. Sometimes I wish that was me. Sometimes I just wish I was at my peace. Sometimes I just wish I was at peace with myself.
You took me walking through the town, showed me the statues underground. Said just don't they look at peace? Sometimes I wish that was me. I was the son you always had, tugging at your coat while you were sad. I was the son you always had. I was the son you always had.
I was the son you always had tugging at your coat when you were sad. You know, you would always see kids in movies or TV shows just tugging at, you know, their parents' coats, like the mom's coat or the dad's coat. But also, I feel like that could be another double meaning. You were the son you always had. I was the son you always had. You know, son like kid, but also son like sunshine.
Underground, he said, just don't they look at peace? Sometimes I wish that was me. I was the son you always had, tugging at your coat while you were sad. I was the son you always had. I was the son you always had.
You know, I was the happiness. I was the happy place. I always, you know, made you happy. You were always at peace when you were around me.
He said, just don't they look at peace? Sometimes I wish that was me. I was the son you always had, tugging at your coat while you were sad. I was the son you always had. I was the son you always had. Don't cry, hold your head up high. She would want you to, she would want you to. Please just don't cry, hold your head up high. She would want you to, she would want you to.
You know, those lines are making it very much seem like this is about a loved one death. Either a mom, either just whatever it may be. Don't cry, hold your head up. She would want you to. She would want you to. It sounds like Dermot is just kind of talking down to someone. Maybe like if he has any like siblings, maybe he's talking down to her sister. Maybe like his mother died or something and he's saying, hey, keep your head up. She's in a better place now.
She would want you to. She would want you to. Want you to.
I hear another like instrumental thing coming in the production.
Said stay in the car and wait. There's just some things I have to say. Don't you know I miss her too? I miss her just as much as you. So my father and my son, as you end which he's begun, you'll lie patient by her side, with roses red come lilies white.
What is that? Like, you gotta hear, like, in the mix and the production, that little, like, one instrument that's... But also, I've actually talked about, so I'm not, like, this sounds like Before You Go by Louis Capaldi, because obviously if you listen to that song, if you listen to the lyrics of that song, it does sound kind of like a heartbreak song, but no, like, I've heard so many people, and it's actually about, I think it was, like, his grandmother died, so, like, I feel like this is kind of the same thing. It kind of sounds like a heartbreak song, it kind of sounds like a breakup song, but at the same time, it sounds like someone, a loved one, died of his.
I was too young to understand the flowers slipping from your hands. I was too young to understand. I was too young to understand. I was too young to understand the flowers sleeping in her hands. I was too young to understand. I was too young to understand.
I was too young to understand the flowers slipping from your hands. I was too young to understand the flowers sleeping in her hands. Makes me think of like a funeral because this one person died, this one loved one of yours died, and obviously this flowers at funerals, obviously people go to someone's grave and put flowers next to the grave. The flowers slipping from your hands, you're like, can't believe it, you can't believe that they died. So you just drop the flowers in disbelief.
Understand, I was too young to understand. I was too young to understand the flowers sleeping in her hands. I was too young to understand. I was too young to understand.
Wait, is that the banjo in the production? Okay, first of all, I love how we just stopped production. I was too young to understand. After that line, everything stops. The production stops. And then we just start to get louder and louder. Listen. Hold on.
I was too young to understand the flowers slipping from your hands. I was too young to understand. I was too young to understand. I was too young to understand the flowers sleeping in her hands. I was too young to understand. I was too young to understand.
You hear the guitar, you hear the strings, and it just follows this one stomp kind of sound, and then we start to get gradually louder and louder. And then the production just fades out. I really did like that. I loved the ending, how everything just got super loud, and the multiple layers of their vocals. I love this song, and obviously, like I said, this seems like a Before You Go by Louis Capaldi type of song, because the lyrics can be kind of a double meaning. Some parts it does sound like a heartbreak song, but at the same time, it does sound like someone, loved one, passing away. And, I don't know what to say. I really liked this. These lyrics were powerful, and yeah, the production I really loved. And Dermot Kennedy, I can't wait whenever he uploads another song. But Yeah, whenever that is. I believe he's on tour. Is he on tour? Hold on. I feel like he's on tour. Yeah. Oh, is he on tour right now? It says right here on Spotify that fucking he's going on tour in March. Or maybe he's on tour right now, but that's when the tour ends. I don't fucking know. I really did like this though. Bears Den did a great job. I don't know if Bears Den was kind of just a producer on here because I really just heard Dermot's voice. Maybe while I'm editing this, I would be able to hear Bear's voice in the mix, and I'm like, oh yeah, maybe he was like singing with Dermot like at the end. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is like a KSI situation where it's Dermot Kennedy featuring Bears Den, just like how Billie Eilish featuring KSI was on the. Anyways, I really like this. Subscribe, live, like, the best, share, comment. More Bears Den, I guess, and Dermot Kennedy. Comment down below. And yeah, anyways, I'm out. Goodbye.